Alright, Bonehogs, this video is all about Ghostface and MK1 in general. Watched the Kombat cast this morning, so this isn't a reaction. I'm not going to clickbait you with something like that. But there were some things, initial things I just wanted to give some quick thoughts on, and things that, like, out of the gate I think are cool. I'm going to go into deeper conversations on the podcast this weekend, on Sunday. But this is only my second time watching this, so I'm just kind of going to show you what I thought was cool, what maybe didn't hit the mark. Yeah, that being said, let's get into it.
Accept your death.
So I'm not going to bother going through the trailer because they're literally going to explain everything we're seeing here. But I got to say, that I'll show it a little bit later. I can't show it this early quite yet, but man, best fatality in the game so far. That was just so self-aware, just chef's kiss. I love that so much. So we're going to go through some of the changes here that are coming. Okay, I don't really care about invasion stuff too much. I think at this point they had mentioned or maybe hinted that like this is the end of like the having new seasons of new characters. So we're just kind of going to see them kind of wheel around and add some new stuff in. I usually just run through invasions in a week, and then I just don't look at it again. So I will say it's getting every time they do it. Getting more fun every time they do it. I've been on record saying that a few times before, though, so I'm just going to cut past this part real quick. The chest key thing is cool. I always found it really annoying that all three of them are three different spots, so they're stacking now. That is one thing that's a nice quality of life. Okay, so this is huge. This is this replay takeover. This is absolutely amazing. And you know what's annoying to me? It's like every single person that I've talked to today about this, the first thing that they say out of their mouth, oh, Tekken has that. Tekken has that. It's like, who cares? Why is that the first thing you got? It's coming to our game. Why do you have to just tell me, oh, that annoyed the hell out of me. I almost said something a couple times. It's like 4 people that I talked to. I was like, what's the point in that? So anyways, this is pretty cool.
And it's a replay takeover function. It's a function where
you can kind of put yourself in here.
Able to
just fast forward this a little
play
bit.
A match.
Or it's crazy.
I mean, yeah. Breakout.
Bombs and goo.
What are you gonna do? Well,
I wonder how janky this is going to be off the bat. We know NRS, right?
You're gonna get out of this setup. So what's the first thing you try to do?
Probably block.
Always try to block. Nope. Command grab.
I love how they're showing Cyrax too. You know, like just like, hey, maybe you lab this character. You know, super cool feature. I'm probably going to use it a lot. Probably use it a lot for teaching as well. Lessons for anyone that wants them. Check out the Patreon below. So yeah, I'm super excited for this feature. I just hope it's implemented properly. As I'm going through this, I keep having some fleeting thoughts. Like, one of the things that I like about this is because in order for you to lab something, you kind of have to know how to do it. And that's what keeps me from labbing a lot of things, is like, I have to learn how to do this setup with Cyrax so I can record Cyrax doing that. Hope that the recording is clean and does it precisely the same way. So this is a way that you don't have to do that. And you just, it does it for you exactly how it happened. I hope, he says. So now we're going into Ashra a little bit here, and the balance changes and stuff. Don't really care too much about this particular change. I'll probably go into it with detail with Hater, because I know Hater's pretty excited about this. Don't really have much to say here.
And you'll see in this also, the Frost Kimio can use her Ice Crash and explode her own Frost Wall to launch the opponent.
So this I actually saw, I think, was it in the trailer? And I thought it was just like because this happened in a set with me and Hater. It wasn't exactly how it happened, but as soon as like Sector hit the ground, the frost wall like blew up. So like the first time I saw it, I was like, haha, they're being tricky there. I see what they're doing. But then they went into this and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna fuck me, right? All right, now they're gonna show off that stuff. So did they change the up block? Could you up block that before? I'm gonna go into practice mode after this and check it out. That's super cool. I'm stoked for Ashra players. I hope they find that very useful and
awesome changes for Ashra.
Very fun. This one I'm super stoked for, actually.
Grants damage buff and super meter regen over time when you're in it. So in this video, you're going to see Quan do a breaker, then an EX move shortly thereafter because he's in Serena's new rune. So that's like 4 bars of super meter in like 5 seconds. Let's take a look.
That's pretty cool. And I'm paying attention to Quan here just in case they change something. Yeah, there's a katana buff there. So that's fairly quick afterwards. Unfortunately, Serena's kind of meat
Excellent. So just
shield there too. So,
Constant offense. More and more EX moves.
It really helps you pass the bar exam.
but this could make Quan Chi's zoning super duper good. Like, depending, as long as he can keep things going, which as long as he has meter, he can, and kind of keep the opponent from hitting Serena. This could be really, really good for Quan. This might bump up Serena as like one of his best. She's already one of his best, but I think Janet kind of overshadows. So depending on what happens with Janet, she might just kind of bump up and be the best cameo for Quan. I'm just purely spitballing here. I don't know. I'm just saying things. So who knows? So a couple things here. Not looking forward to smoke buffs, especially not like watching some of the things Smoke is doing now. Looks extremely annoying. And Homelander nerf, welcome.
More stuff.
I think it'll definitely help.
Especially for Smoke. Smoke fans rejoice.
You
Check it
won't
out.
be as mix heavy, I guess. Why did they choose this stage to do this on? Like, I've seen so many YouTubers. Why does he have a restand? Why does he have a restand now? So many YouTubers complain about that stage getting demonetized. I'm just curious why they chose that particular stage to do that on. So I don't really care about this too much, but I did want to put in my 2 cents here on this little Sub-Zero combo.
Follow-ups by holding 3
I've never played
as you
Sub-Zero.
do the
I don't
slide.
plan on playing as
Lot
Sub-Zero.
of words there.
Basically,
my face
big
hair.
combo opportunities.
Yeah. And let's take a look at those.
So we see here, boom, boom, boom. This has got to be the most scaled combo I've ever seen in my life. Like, I bet this does like 160 damage. Like, just knowing what I know about Sub-Zero combo pathing. Not that I'm an expert by any means, but
Frozen toys.
I bet that did
Sub-Zero
like
to
no
play
damage.
with.
Right.
So now we're getting into the Ghostface stuff, and I just kind of wanted to go over things that interested me, because there are a couple points that I found, yeah, interesting, I guess. I'm just so good at English sometimes.
He also
All right,
has
so this right
his
here.
dive move. It's down forward 4, and then he starts crawling on the ground.
This is literally
And from
just
there he
Rambo.
has
Like,
quick slash attack.
I don't really care too much about reusing assets, like it's part of the games. But this was a very unique special move that Rambo had that is now just blatantly being given to Ghostface. I don't like that. I don't care if it's like a standing 4 animation or a down 2 animation or something like that. Whatever, those are throwaways. But this is a special move. I don't know. I don't like this at all. That just really didn't do it for me. I don't like that. Because I can hear it in the comments already, yes, some of the enders are more unique to Ghostface, which I can appreciate that part of it. It's just the idea of it I don't like. I do like the little sound effects, and that's not even just for this move, for like multiple different moves, that little reet. That's a nice little touch. Well done, NRS.
Maybe in the whole game.
This is
Oh,
actually
this
hilarious. I love this a lot.
Down forward
Going from
3,
something I don't like to something I like.
command block,
Yeah.
which you then have multiple options to do.
I don't
So
like
you
the
can
idea of
do
like
this
just
quick
like a
slice.
screw neutral tool. I don't like
Like
that
the
idea of it, but like the
fastest
animation and just the
he
character,
also
the way
has
his cape's
an
kind of flowing
overhead,
behind. It's
which
just
is a
pretty
little
funny.
bit slower,
I really approve of that.
and he can do the dive from it.
So one thing that they mention here is that he takes a lot of meter. He's very meter intensive. But then they also made a change where Serena gives you meter. So, wonder if those go hand in hand, kind of like Homelander and Farah, Who would have thought? What are the chances? This is another thing that I love. The phone call. Look at that 90s phone. That is so funny. That is like
Phone. Another
just
Ghostface pops
so-
up from behind, slashes them in the
yeah.
back.
Brick phone. I love
I
it.
like
It's
that
amazing.
so much.
And this also has a couple of
10 out of
different
10
versions.
on that
You can
move.
actually-
So I thought about putting up like a little spoiler thing here. But we don't know for sure. There's no confirming what actually it is. Because I'm like 99% sure I know who these two are. Like it's after you watch the moves, I'll kind of go over my theory of it. So just so you know, I'm going to talk about who I think it is. But I'll give you a little bit of warning here in case for whatever reason you're not into that. But I don't know anything. I'm not an insider. This is purely speculation. As far as I know, nothing's been leaked. So I just wanted to put that out ahead of time after I see the moves. I'm going to give you my input here.
Or you can do
So
the
some
other
of these
options,
swapping
like the
things
exit,
feel like they'd be
hold
really
L2
satisfying to
on
hit.
the
Like
Black
very,
Diamond Assassin.
very, I don't know,
lastly,
just you'd feel
phone
good about
call.
yourself hitting some of these swap
Same buttons
combos, although
hold,
they're
and
expensive
instead
because
of
they
doing
cause
the
meter.
attack, they come
So
in as
I
the
mean,
other
that's,
killer.
but I mean, they look
You
cool.
can also do it off
And the
the
idea
EX
is really
version.
cool. So I like the swapping. I
So
like how they
hold
implemented
L1
this. That
whole
was
time.
well done. So the
Black
Enforcer,
Dragon Enforcer has this windmill kick. And if you EX it, big old combo starter. So the Black Dragon
some of
Enforcer
y'all who
is
joined
pretty
the series late may
straightforward,
not pick up
combo
on that
kick.
reference.
You know, you got combo extender.
But that's what pretty much
got,
gave away who I think it
pressure,
is.
you know,
So this one again, you might
different
not
design
get
of
the
the knife.
references if you joined the
and
series
they
in like the
have
last
a
10
knife
years.
toss, including an air knife toss. You
But
can
pretty much
see
everything that
very
this does is a
quick.
giveaway
You can also hold
to
it,
who it is.
fake it out. You could do enhanced.
This does look kind of fun though,
two.
not gonna lie.
Also, classic Black Dragon. The Black Dragon Cannonball. You exit,
Cannonball?
this great animation.
Ghostface doing the cannonball is
They'll
kind
be
of
feeling
funny.
woozy after that.
This is the third
And
thing.
then,
The
a new string.
Yep.
Butterfly knives.
Butterfly knives.
Swinging wildly. They're crazy. They're a psychopath. And then Nightshade, which is this poison mist.
That's
And
the only
it's
one that
staining
seems like it doesn't really
orange.
match the rest of the movesets. So it appears to me that these two killers, and I'm calling it now, and I'm not the only one that's calling it, so I'm not trying to be original in any way, shape, or form. These are characters from the 3D era of Mortal Kombat Deception, a character named Cobra, and those kicks gave him away, because that's what he did. The other moves, not really so much, like the shoulder charge or whatever. It's those flaming kicks that kind of gave him away, and he had the upward flip kick. Pretty obvious to me who it is. And then the second one that we just saw, the assassin, is Kira. So Kira has the butterfly knives moves that actually Kano has in Deadly Alliance, and then they gave it to her in Deception. So she had that string, she did the Kano ball, she threw the knives. The only thing she didn't do was that little mist thing at the end there, but I mean, you know, Cobra had some new stuff too, so kind of throwing you off the scent a little bit there, you know, but it's that little, the dancing knives thing. So that's my guess. Not super original. I think they didn't really try and hide it too much there, but I just wanted to let y'all know. This is going to make playing this game really hard for me. The fatal blow here, like that is, okay, that was hilarious. Just coming through with a pan and just smashing him on the head. I love that so much.
That can is no joke. It killed Steven Stein.
Although this isn't like a game, you know, for squeamish people, I do have a thing with wrists. I don't really want to go into it too much, but like that really bothered me. And I don't think that's something I'll be able to like consistently look at if someone does to me. So the end of the fatal blow is kind of that I'm going to be like, you know, looking down kind of a thing. I can't. I'm squeamish in that department. I can handle a lot of things in this series, but that's one that even for me, I gotta look away. All right, and lastly, we have that fatality that was mentioned earlier. So I've seen it, you've seen it. I just thought it'd be fun to watch it together. I just think it's like so meta, and then you hear the click clacking away.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
Fatality.
Of course, it's Johnny Cage too.
Ghostface wins.
And then we see he becomes a vulture in the Animality, which I thought they could do some more creative stuff with that, but oh well, it is what it is. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed my first thoughts about Ghostface and the balance changes and all that kind of stuff. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe if you haven't because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.